Yeah, how's it going, guys? We're back for the round 22 review. So 2,584. So an okay-ish week, I guess. We went up a little bit, pretty much just held rank. Actually, last week we did do a lot better. Last week was the first round of the season I not forgot because I knew I had to do it, but I didn't do a round review for just because I just got, yeah, quite busy, which is crazy because I was just, I guess, not at home. I was out a lot of the week doing stuff, but I mean, I was in Victoria, especially because, well, I was in Melbourne, just especially because I've been to Malaysia and Japan over the past few months, and I still managed to get out videos then. But anyway, it is what it is. I'll take you guys through my score actually last week before I get into this week, and it was actually a pretty decent score. What was it? It was, yeah, 2,857. I think it was top 2% for the round, so that took me up about 3K spots. We're probably not going to do amazing this season, obviously, only two rounds to go, but it is what it is. I think probably what you want to look back more is 2020, I think, was probably a really good year for everyone. So I can't think of anything bad that happened in 2020. So, a 56th overall finish for me, I think is pretty good. So, yeah, just wanted to put that one out there. But anyway, going through the team this week, Max Holmes 99 is okay. Sinclair 135 is fine. Oh, really good, actually. We did end up captaining him. Clark 82 is what it is. Whitfield 99 is all right. Rosie 112 is good. Zorko 71 is what it is. Bontempelli 125 is good. Dacos 99 is okay. Dawson 146 is good. Liberatore 121. We traded him in for Lockie Neal last week, so that was good. We still had two trades in the bank then. We still got one trade right now. But yeah, no, good trading. Happy with him. Butters 130 is good. Brayshaw 110 is good. She's 112 is good. Hewitt 82 has gone down a bit. Form's dropped. Boxall scored more than him. Gorn 142, though, is good. Marshall 109 has been good as well. For Marshall, for a guy we traded in at about 450k, I reckon we've had him for about, I reckon 115 average or something like that. We've had him for a pretty good amount. We traded him in here. So, what was it? The first game we had him for was this one. So we traded him in when he had a 94 average, and now he's got an 105 average. Yeah, he's probably averaging something like 115 for us. Besides really this bad stretch here, really it was just a 55, which was terrible. That was against Jared Witz, who is a tough opponent. He's got Essendon this week as well, which is a good matchup, and then Briggsy in the last week. But yeah, good trading. 450k for probably about 110, 115 average. Bailey Smith 141 good. Cameron 106 good. Myers 112 good. So yeah, three Geelong forwards, which is pretty crazy. Well, Smith is really a midfielder, but anyway. Rankin 121 is good. McRae 104 is good. And Daniel, who we looped on, 82 is okay. McCarthy 80 is okay. So yeah, we do have one trade. I know like Brody Grundy is out this week with concussion protocols. We don't have him obviously, so that will favor us. I don't know what I'd do in that scenario. If I had a trade, would I trade him? I guess I probably would. I mean, there's 2 weeks left, so he's missing half the remainder of the season. So you probably would just trade him out. Isaiah Wanganeen-Miller has been killing us. He's been ballistic this season, especially the back half. I mean, it was good. Probably really, what would we say, like post buy, he's been absolutely insane. Even pre buy, like round 12, even up to there, he was still averaging 106, but now he's averaging 117. He's been doing like 130 probably post buy. That's crazy to think about. But yeah, anyway, he's been going well. Really, trades wise this week, I don't have anything unless like someone gets injured. I'm really just holding this one out for an injury trade. But otherwise, like, could I do a luxury trade? I mean, I guess. Like, who would I luxury trade? I guess I'd have to look who's got like good fixtures for the next 2 weeks. So, well, St Kilda's got Essendon, North and Richmond are playing each other. Western Bulldogs have West Coast. Just looking at some of these bottom teams. Sydney, Carlton has Essendon. Mm, who's got North in the last week? Adelaide. Who does Adelaide have here? Adelaide has Collingwood, which is a tough matchup. And then St Kilda have GWS in the last round, which will be tough. Who does, well, let's look for West Coast. So they've got North the week before. And just looking at some of these, who would have easy matchups? Western Bulldogs don't. Hawthorn doesn't. Port Adelaide, probably not. Gold Coast, who had Gold Coast got? GWS this week. Hmm. Yeah. Interesting. Interesting. Who's Geelong got in the last week? That is the last week. They got Richmond in the last week. They got Sydney here, which could be tough. I don't know. There's no one really screaming out to me here, I would say. To be real with you, Melbourne, who do they have in the last week? Collingwood, it's not really. Fremantle have here, Brisbane. Yeah, not really. Okay. Anyway, well, it's just been like top nine being playing the bottom nine like every week, it seems like so far. So at least the last two rounds we'll have more top nine playing top nine, it seems like. Anyway, so yeah, captaincy wise this week, I think going against Essendon, you do just have to go with Rowan Marshall. I love an Isaiah, but surely they put time into him, surely. So I think the VC's got to go in Marshall. I mean, going through everyone else, Holmes has got Sydney, so no. Sinclair, yeah, Essendon, like I said, is a good option as well. Clark against Brisbane, Whitfield, GW, Gold Coast, Rosie, Carlton, Zorko, Fremantle, Bont has West Coast. Actually, that's a good matchup as well. Dacos has Adelaide. Did he go well against the last time he played them? I can't remember. 95, not really. Did Dawson go well? 132. He's got a good record on Collingwood. Liberatore, also West Coast. Butters, Carlton, Brayshaw. I think Liberatore's got a pretty good West record on West Coast, doesn't he? Oh, no, actually, no, not really. Not what I thought it was. What was Bont's record? I remember there was this time last year. I think it was, yeah, it was this game last year. So many people had Bontempelli, and I was like one of the only people it felt like that didn't. And this game was on a Sunday, I remember it. And everyone is captaining him, and I was like, he's going to go like 190. Luckily he only got 110. I specifically do remember that day. But yeah, anyway, Brayshaw, we've got Brisbane. Yeah, Sheasel has Richmond, which actually could be a good matchup for him as well. Hewitt has Hewitt's got Port Adelaide. Gawn has Hawthorn. Marshall, as we said, it's Essendon. Smith has Geelong, Cameron Geelong, Myers, Sydney, rather, they've all Sydney. Rankin has Collingwood. McRae has Essendon. Daniel has Richmond as well, and McCarthy's got Western Bulldogs. Okay, interesting. Interesting. Let me check Rankin's record against Collingwood. He's been in some good form recently. This was a good game he played. I remember that one against Collingwood last year. Yeah, he's been in some good form recently. 129, 121. It's nice. But yeah, I'm thinking probably Marshall into Bontempelli just seems the safest. Like again, Marshall's really easy matchup. And Bontempelli, I mean, like Western Bulldogs need to win, and it is at Marvel Stadium. And just with the form he's been in, you can't really see him doing that bad, can you? He's on the brink of 700k. I think he's going to want to get up to 700k. You know, he's going to know his price. He knows he needs to get 149, probably 150. If he can get me 150, that'd be good. I'd be happy with that. Otherwise, like I said, trades wise, not really. I'm just going to hold this off if there is an injury that I know of right now. There's not, but yeah, this doesn't even have down that Grundy's injured, but he is. But oh well, yeah, there's concussion. He'll miss 1 week, which he is. So yeah, I mean, can we crack top 10k for the year? Hopefully, but overall, it doesn't really matter that much, does it? I think 2020 was again probably the real year that did matter the most. It was just a really good year all round. Whoa, 56th overall. That's crazy. But yeah, other than that, that's pretty much all I've got for this video. Thank you guys all so much for watching. I should hopefully make one next week as well, and then obviously the review of the season and round 24 the week after. And yeah, I mean, I do want to do some lessons from the year, stuff I've, you know, tried to take away from it. Because again, you take away things every year. I think my main strategy this year was conserve more trades than I did last year. And I think that worked. But what I should have done is you got to align it with your team because I started out really risky with some picks. Like I started like James Peatling, I remember. Who was it? Who was the St Kilda guy? That was Hugo Garcia. just some really risky picks. And if you're trying to conserve trades with risky picks, it doesn't really work out. And even Harry Perryman, so I think for me, the lesson is okay, if you're going to play the conserving trade strategy, you've got to go more guns and rookies at the start of the year, just because they'll be safe. And then you can do the conserving of trades. Like in those first 2 weeks, after those first 2 weeks, when a lot of people use up 5 or 6 trades, I think I used up 5 trades this year. It should have been like 2 trades, and then I'm like 3, 4 trades up on the rest of the competition, and then I have more trades to use, say in the run home was at some point, because you want to use the majority of your trades from probably like round 5 to like round 11, just upgrading your team, pretty much boosting every week. That's when you want to use all your trades. But yeah, I use still too many trades. Like if we look at it this year, trades 2, 3, yeah. So I just got to conserve more. And I probably started using the boost too late. Like the thing is, you got to let your cash cows get up in money enough, and they only start doing it a lot by like round 8, which is when I started boosting. But yeah, probably up from like round 6 to round 9, round 10, I think is where I'd rather use all my boosts. And then because the home stretch of the season, you've got a fully upgraded team anyway. You don't need a boost at that point. You only need 1 or 2 trades a week, so it's fine. Anyway, that's just strategy for next season. I think just yeah, guns and rookies with conserving trades. I'm gonna try that out because last year I started really well. Like last year I got up to 200th rank after the first maybe 6 rounds or something. Let me check. Let me fact check that. So this was last year. Actually, no. Well, I did get up to a 200th rank after round 8 it was, but then I just slipped back. I mean, I got up to the 200s there. I was in the top 1000 for most of the year until the very last round. I ballooned out because look, I had no trades after round 20. You've definitely got to conserve more trades than this. It's kind of like last year I was way too aggressive. This year I was way too conservative. I think going conservative is still the way to go, but just for like the first 2 rounds, and then you just use all your boost here. That's what you really got to go, and then just keep trades to the back end of the season. I think like a good way to think of it is from about the end of the buys, you want on average 1 trade for as many rounds left. So, from round 14 onwards, you've got 10 trades left for the 10 rounds of the season. I think just thinking about it like that is good. And that just gives you about 1 trade per week. And so you can still use 30 trades up until about round 14. Like that should be enough to get up to a fully upgraded team. If you're not just wasting heaps of trades. And you don't have to do all that really short-term stuff. Like if someone has a bad week, trading them out, like people do in the start of the year, because it just cooks you in the back end of the season. It really does. And people are like, oh, I wish I didn't, trade out Matt Rowell after he put in 280s or something in the first half of the year. Because look what he's doing now. And, it's just like, yeah, just no point in just looking at week to week like that. You got to look at it in a long-term game because that's what it is. And also just capitalizing on value. There has been so many good value picks this year. There always is every single year. Like if we just look at these guys, like Brody Grundy, you could have got this guy at like what? 509K, 504K, and now he's 746K. He's missing this week, but who cares? He's basically been averaging like 150 the last 10 weeks. Max Gorn, again, I mean, I got him pretty cheap. I got him at 574K. I think I got him this week. So that was good. I was happy with that. But again, like if you were one of the people that traded him in at 740K or something, like ridiculous. He did get to 577K here, 580K here. So this was also a good point to get him. I mean, before this big stretch would have been good. But hey, it is what it is for me. But yeah, even like you look at Nazaya, 507K he got down to, and then look what he's doing. He's averaged like 130 since. Just a lot of these guys, there's really no point paying for anyone above, 600K. And a lot of these mids you can get, sub 550K if you just wait long enough. And just, yeah, get other guys between that. And to me, it just seems like the second half of the season it's always just the older players that just really do the best. Just really, they've just been in the system for a long time. Like you look at the last, say, well, you look at total points now, like pretty much all these guys have been around for a long time. Besides, I guess, Nozaya and Nick Dacos, most of them have been around for quite a while, you know? Like you're not going to see any yeah, people in before their like fifth year here, besides these two. But yeah, I think you just got to focus on those older body players. I think for me, it's if you're gonna get premiums that a younger players, like say like a Harry Sheezel, he might be better in this first half of the year, but not the second half. I mean, granted, he's actually probably been better in the second half of the year than the first half. But that's just because he kept getting flicked around with his role really stupidly. I mean, Harry Sheezel this year has been just mainly about role, not really about his actual ability. Like, we know he's still good. It's just about his roles being getting stuffed around. But say someone like, who do I have? I don't really have any really young premiums or anything like that. Trying to think who there would be. I don't know. Like Will Ashcroft. So like, I think you wouldn't really want someone like him in the second half of the year. He's been okay, but I think his first half of the year was better. Was it? It's probably about the same, actually, to be honest. I don't know. Maybe I'm just speaking nonsense. I probably am to an extent. But I mean, Riley Thilford's been good in the second half of the year. Yeah, I don't know. I really don't know. Anyway, it is what it is. I probably am speaking nonsense. So, yeah. Anyway, that's pretty much all I've got for this video. I'll keep trying to think about that, and maybe I'll get back to you guys in the future videos. But yeah, thank you guys all so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video.